Hi, Derek Hickson here, and welcome back to the Clean Slate website. It could actually be called a network now. We have an Instagram page with Instagram TV. We've uploaded all the videos. You can access our videos on YouTube. Please hit the subscribe button and the like button. Also on Facebook. All can be found at $3.99 Clean Slate. The Instagram page also utilizes the Instagram TV. We have it broken down into categories. All the videos are listed here from the latest all the way down to the first one that we did. They're labeled. You can clearly see them. If you just want to reference like the pension plan, you go into the pension plan and you just tap on. That's part one. Part two, and if you want to read it, you hold that button for a second. That pops up, and then your video starts playing. And there you go. So there's different ways to access. They're broken up. It's easier to find. It's all good stuff. What I wanted to let you know was we've laid the foundation now. The 18 videos. We've got our foundation of what we're running on the campaign, what's going on. Now we're going to start telling you how this is costing you money. How the contract not being enforced is costing you money. You already know that our pension plan is in trouble. We've already talked about that. But there's many other ways that that our members, not just drivers, casting directors, location, warehouse, basic crafts, everyone is not fully being represented. I've made reference in videos before as to underrepresentation. Well, now I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to show you. The next series of videos over the next month or two is going to be focusing on the fact that you are not being represented as a labor union. We've made multiple references to this. There are three things that a labor union does. Number one, they organize. Number two, they enforce their contracts. And number three, they protect their members. OEP, organize, enforce, and protect. And we feel very strongly that the current administration is doing none of that. They're not organizing correctly. They are certainly not enforcing the contracts. And they are not protecting our members. Here's what we need to talk about. We need to talk about leadership. We've talked about the change. I've made reference in videos to real change, real transparency, and real leadership. But we need to understand the concept. Everybody wants to change something in their lives. Everyone has something that they want to change, that they need to change. Talking about it and wanting to change is not the same thing as changing. It takes sacrifice and work to change. That's what's coming. A little bit of sacrifice, a lot of hard work, and we're going to get the change that we need. Let's talk about the word leadership for a second, or let's just break it down to leader. There's a noun version of a leader. Anyone can be elected a leader or appointed a leader or hold the title of a leader. But having the title of a leader does not make you a leader. That's the noun version. The verb version of a leader is someone who leads, someone who's effective, someone who's willing to take the chance. I'm going to show you in the next series of videos how the Clean Slate is going to take that chance. We're talking about class action lawsuits. We're talking about multiple audits for our contracts and our past practices with contracts concerning meal penalty and these split shifts and the 12 hours and rear of the truck jurisdiction. There's a lot of things that need to be talked about. But most everything that's in this black book is self-explanatory. We're going to break it down and show you what it means. First video popping up is going to be about meal penalties and how much money you're losing there. Then we're going to go into turnaround time. Then we're going to go into forced calls. Then we're going to go into locations about being exempt employees. Locations are not exempt employees. We're going to go into casting directors, how they're making barely minimum wage. The tram drivers at Universal have to run to lunch. They don't even get a lunch. They get a half an hour for lunch. They can't even make it to the commissary in 15 minutes. It's just basic human decency and human nature. These corporations are just all over you. And as of right now, we have no protections. Our administration is failing miserably at representing its members. Yet each and every time you hear them speak or they get to write something in the newspaper or tell you what a great job they're doing. Today, I got the Teamster Times, the newspaper, Steve says he swears, he promises that he is not going to accept a rate lower than MOW. My name's Derek Hickson, and I can promise you I won't accept MOW. Why would you accept a rate? Why would you work for a tier program that is 25% less than the standard rate that we normally work? Why would you accept tiers? As a labor union, it undermines the integrity of everything we do as a union. MOW rate was introduced back in the early 2000s or late 90s to cover runaway production that was going to Canada, and it was specifically for productions that stayed in the city of Los Angeles. It did not apply outside of the city limits, it did not apply outside of the county limits, and it did not apply outside of the state limits. Okay? MOW has to go. We will not have a tier program. We will not have a tier contract, I can promise you. Yet, your leader now is telling you that he promises he won't go below that. Really? You won't go below 75% your normal wage? You won't take a larger than 25% cut in wages? Come on, man. We're going to go into all this. Everything we need is in this black book. It just needs to be enforced. You just have to have leadership that's willing to take the chance, that's willing to go out on a limb and fight for its members. My name is Derek Hickson, and on behalf of the Clean Slate, I thank you for your time.